Hello and namaste everyone. So this is me and my face. I hope you guys will not unsubscribe because of this. This is the first time that I am doing a face cam video. I hope everything will be alright. I think we'll manage somehow. Hopefully everything will be fine and you guys will enjoy it. So before starting with the questions, I would first of all like to thank you all guys for all the support and love that you have shown to me and this channel. Honestly, it means a lot to me. The kind of support that I have been getting from all you guys is really tremendous, and I could not be thankful enough. I am really lucky to have an audience like you guys. Thank you, and thank you for all your support. A very special thanks to all the members of the channels. Currently we have only 3 members of the channels. So thanks to Jatan, thanks to Shlok, and thanks to Vish. Thank you guys. Thank you. So now let's not bore you guys too much and let's get into the questions. First we'll start with the questions that have been asked by the members. So I have written the questions in a diary. I will start reading them one by one, and as I am reading them I will answer them. So let's first start with the questions of Vish. The first question that has been asked by Vish is, if you are to become a CEO of Kabam for the entire day, what change would you bring to the game? Okay, so that is a pretty interesting question. I think I would like to introduce a mode wherein players can play live fights, something similar to Tekken or other fighter games maybe, because I think that will increase the engagement of the live players and will bring in a new type of audience as well. The second question is, who's your favorite non-meta champ that you would want to receive a buff? Okay, so not necessarily my favorite, but there is a champion that I feel that deserves a buff yesterday. So I mean, he should have been buffed a long time ago. I think Moon Knight deserves a buff. Why so? Because I think his kit is very interesting. He's the only champion that changes his abilities based on the phases of the moon. Now with that kind of interesting kit, he's still a very underwhelming champion. I would like to see him buff as soon as possible. So we have got another interesting question. Who's got the best drip in the entire game? Rank up to 5. So this is going to be a tough one for me. Why so? Because I usually don't really dwell into fashion too much, and I don't have a habit of judging others too much. I feel everyone looks good in their own way. So I will maybe select on the basis of the accuracy, movie accuracy outfits. So based on that, I think one champion that comes to my mind is Captain America Infinity War. His design was really accurate to the movies. The second champion would be Captain Marvel movie. I think her design was also really similar to that what was aimed in the movie. The third champion would be, I think Killmonger's design was really good. Killmonger's design also was pretty movie accurate, pretty lore accurate. Talking about the drip, I like Sunspot's design, that suit with the sleeves rolled up. So that gives kind of a formal but still badass vibes. So I like that outfit a lot. So how many have we got? Captain America, Captain Marvel movie, Sunspot, and Killmonger. So I need to tell one more. One more, I think I will pick Star-Lord. Star-Lord's design is also pretty lore and movie accurate. It is very similar to what we see in the cartoon shows and what we see in the movies. So yeah, those will be my 5 picks. So what did I say? Captain America Infinity War, Captain Marvel movie, Star-Lord, Sunspot, and Killmonger. Okay, so that was my list. Now the next question is, so this one is even harder for me. Top 5 beautiful female champs that you would like to go on a date with. Now honestly, I think this will sound a little bit cringe to you guys, but for me, every woman is beautiful in her own right. I think women are something that are inherently a beautiful creation created by God. So I don't feel I have any right to judge them whatsoever based on their looks or something. Also, secondly, for me, Beauty is something that comes to my mind when I usually interact with a person, how they behave, what's their nature like. So based on that, for me, I am able to perceive that whether a person is beautiful or not. In general, I can appreciate someone's good look. I can say that that man is looking good or that woman is looking good. But for beauty for me is a holistic thing. Coming back to the question, if I had to select 5 female champs that I would like to go on a date with from the game, I think I would choose those champions that I think have something interesting to tell me, or those champions that would like to tell their stories to me. So I think I'll be able to lend a ear to them so that they can vent out their frustrations maybe, or tell their past stories. Or so considering those factors, I think Black Widow and Ghost, maybe they can tell what they feel like about the world. I think those are 2 champions who will want to be heard. Off the top of my head, I am not able to remember many other champs. Guillotine might have an interesting story to tell, so I think that can be one champion that I will like to go on a date with, to hear her backstory, because she is an originally created character, if I remember correctly. She is an original character created by Kabam, so I would like to know her side of the story. And Kushala and Shields, maybe those 2 can also have a very interesting stories to tell. So yeah, I will choose those 5. So what did I say? Ghost, Black Widow, Guillotine, Kushala and Shield. So those were the 5 that I will pick. Also guys, I am recording with the fan off so as to avoid any air noises, because this phone does not have any active noise cancellation in it. So that is why it is really hot in here, and my hair just getting frizzier by the second. So do try to ignore the frizziness in the air. Now let's get to the questions from Shlok. So the first question that Shlok has asked is, do you have Deathless Champs and Thanos right now? So I have Deathless Vision right now. I don't have Deathless Thanos. Deathless Vision is the only champ that I have among the all the Deathless champs that are there. Deathless Vision is the only champ that I have right now. That too only as a 6-star, not as a 7-star. So I currently have only Deathless Vision, and no, I don't have the Deathless Thanos. Second question is, which is your most favorite champion in the game which you use? So currently I think it would be Hulk. So I really absolutely love my 7-star rank 3 Hulk right now. I use him for all the things, whether it be questing, whether it be war. I feel he's a pretty versatile champion because of his damage output, and also his poison immunity, and also just being a tank. He can also tank some hits from the opponent. So that's why I feel currently my favorite champion is Hulk. Previously it used to be Captain America Infinity War in the days that I had only 5 stars. So I absolutely loved my 5-star rank 5 Captain America Infinity War, because he always used to mitigate the damage to 0, almost 0, while blocking the hit. So I absolutely loved his parry heavy playstyle, and back in the day I used to play and use him a lot. But currently my favorite champion will be Hulk. The third question is, which champion do you want from Crystal and don't have right now? Okay. So which champion? So I think Solvark, I don't have him any rarity, and not for anything else, just because for collection purposes I would like to have him. I think his design is really good, so I think it would be fun, and fun to test him out, how he works out in real fights. Getting on to the next question. How do you manage your ISO in game? So honestly, for me, managing ISO has been really easy since I have become a Valiant. Maybe because I use all my battleground chips to buy only 5-star and 6-star shards from the store. Those are really cheap, especially the 5-star ones. So you can buy a good amount of shards for a really less amount of battleground chips when you become a Valiant. So I buy those and keep those with me, so that whenever I need ISO, I just pop them up and get duplicate champions, and from those duplicate champions I get a lot of ISOs, and I use that ISO to rank up and level up the champions. So that is my trick of managing the ISO. Which defender gave you the most trauma in game? Okay, so most trauma for the defender. Okay, so this is before the nerf of Act 0.62 days, so pre-nerf 6.2 days. The champion gave me a lot of hell while fighting him, especially in the last phase when we have to evade his specials and get those charges. Back then I think we used to have a requirement of 5 charges, and man, his block penetration was so absurd that he used to kill me on the block itself. In that last phase, I still remember, for those, I think the last 10%, for the last 10%, his phase becomes active, and I think to complete that phase I had to wait for 4 or 5 days. I used to go into the fight, die, go to the arena, collect 40 units somehow, come back, try again, and repeat. That went on for a very, very long time. So that was the most difficult time that I had fighting any boss or any defender, I think, in the game. So for me, it will be pre-nerf 6.2 champion. Fighting him now is really easy. Also, at the time I didn't have any good 5 stars that could actually counter him. I think I had to use Captain America Infinity War only, because the act was logged with 5 stars. You could not use 4 stars. You had to use 5 stars and above champions. So that also made it really hard back in the day. So yes, 6.2 champion pre-nerf was the hardest boss for me that I had to fight. Okay, so last question from Shlok is, have you completed Necropolis paths? So no, I have not completed any Necropolis paths, and I don't plan on doing it in near future. I honestly don't like to get into the content which is going to take a lot of time. That is why I usually avoid those kind of content. I still haven't completed even Abyss yet, because I think over time I get my rewards from the acts, from the story itself, because over a period of time I think the resources become available you anyhow. So I am not in the race of getting ahead of everyone else, so I usually play at my own pace and leave those really grindy content at the back. So no, I have not completed any Necropolis paths. Okay, so now we have a very interesting list of questions from S. Sorry brother if I am mispronouncing your name. I am really sorry if that's not how you pronounce it. It's written HES. So the first question is, are you a virgin? And the immediate next question is, how many children do you have? So to answer both of your questions, brother, yes, I am a virgin and I don't have any children. So the number of children that I have is 0. The second question is, any update about Thor buff? So as far as I know, brother, there has been no talk or update regarding the OG Thor being buffed. So no updates regarding that. The next one that we have is favorite food. Favorite food, I don't have any as such favorite food, but I really like French fries. So I will say French fries. Favorite movie. In movies also I like a lot of movies, especially anime movies. For example, I really liked A Silent Voice. Also I like the animated Ramayana that used to come on Cartoon Network and Pogo in our childhood days. I really like that movie as well. So for now I will take those 2 names. I'm not remembering any other on the top of my head right now. Favorite actor. So again, I don't have a favorite actor per se, but I like many performances of various actors in different movies. For example, I really like Shah Rukh Khan's performance in My Name is Khan. That was a really good performance as per me. I really liked Akshay Kumar's performance in a lot of movies, especially comedy ones. So I really liked his performance in Bhool Bhulaiya, back in the day in Mujhse Shaadi Karogi. And also I really like Hrithik Roshan's look in a lot of movies. For example, in War, he was looking absolutely stunning. So there are not any favorite actor per se, but I may like different actors in different movies. Sometimes based on the stories also, sometimes based on the performances, sometimes based on the looks. So yeah, just like that. Next one is favorite song. So currently I enjoy listening to the song Ishq, the one where the lyrics are like मैं आ कहूँ तू आ जाए, मैं बैठ कहूँ तू आ बैठे. That song I really like a lot. These days I have been listening to that song a lot. But I enjoy listening to a lot of songs across a very vast pool of genre, I will say. I'm not restricted to one type of song or one type of singer. I can listen to a good song based on the lyrics, based on the music, based on the singer. So there are a lot of things that can make me like a song. So I usually have a plethora of songs that I like across Hindi, English, other languages. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Favorite Batman. So I don't know if you will like my answer or not, but for me the favorite Batman was the one from the animated series. It could be due to nostalgia, but I remember that Batman being absolute badass for his opponents. I remember that he used to instill fear in the adversaries' hearts. That is why I remember it very fondly. I have very fond memories of those watching those series in my childhood. That is why maybe I am a little bit biased, but for me that is my favorite Batman. Next one is your favorite champion in MCOC. So again, as I said earlier, currently my favorite champion is Hunt. I use him a lot and I like him a lot. Okay, so the next set of questions are from Varshit. There are a lot of questions, I must say. Okay, so let's start. So what were the circumstances that made you start YouTube? So actually it's a not so interesting story, but it's a story that I actually started YouTube not with the intent of monetizing it, but it was actually done to save storage from my phone. So back in the day, we had a group of friends that used to play MCOC rigorously and religiously, I would say. We would chat together, share videos together, and play in a single alliance, fight wars and fight quests. So back in the day, we had to share videos with each other, but the problem with me at that time was that my phone was taking up a lot of storage to store the videos and share them. I didn't have that much storage, so what the solution was recommended to me by one of my friends was that use YouTube as a means of storing those videos and sharing them. So what that did was it helped me to store the videos there and then share the link with my friends so that they can watch them easily. But then slowly an idea came into my mind that what if we publish those videos and with a little push from my friend itself, that there was no harm in publishing those videos and maybe trying a little bit to make it as a channel in itself. So after uploading 1 to 5-10 videos, maybe I started sharing the videos across Facebook and other things in the other groups. The channel was not growing really, but I had a fire lit in me at that time that I had to try and maybe provide something good so that whenever someone comes and visit or watches a video, even if by accident, then she or they may feel good regarding it. So that is why that is how this channel came to be. Slowly and steadily we kept on improving and we started gaining subscribers, and then with this help and support of you guys, the channel reached 1,000 subscribers, and that was really awesome and wonderful. Once again, thanks to you guys that I have this YouTube channel and I keep continuing doing this. Now the second question is, were your parents happy with you starting YouTube? So regarding this question, I haven't started YouTube necessarily while I was not doing anything else. So I actually had a job while I was doing YouTube. The friends that I used to play with were also my colleagues in my office only. So I already had a job. I started doing YouTube along with that job, and as till now I have that same job. I do YouTube and job side by side because I don't get much money from YouTube. I would like to do YouTube full time at one point of time, but currently YouTube is not enough to sustain me and my family. That is why I have to keep doing a job. It gets a little bit tough while handling both the things together, because doing YouTube full time is also a full time job. If you have to grow and provide good quality content to your subscribers, then you have to put in an ample amount of effort to make sure that the videos that you are putting across are good enough that your subscribers or the watchers will watch them and enjoy them, or maybe learn something from it. So that is why I still have a job. My parents didn't have any issue with my YouTube, because in the start they didn't even know that I was doing YouTube. I didn't tell anyone in my family at the start, because I didn't want any subscribers from my friends or family necessarily who just subscribed for the sake of helping me. I wanted my audience to be organically grown. That is why I didn't tell anybody. I at a later point of time, when I got a good amount of subscribers, that then I started telling some people that yes, I have a YouTube channel. I keep posting videos on that, and I'm trying to be a YouTuber. So my parents never had any issues with it. The next question is, how old are you? Okay, so I am a 30 years old man. I would say. So I'm 30 years old. I was born in 1995. So that's my age. Yes, I'm 30 years old. Who according to you is probably the most busted OP God tier champ in MCOC? So it's been a really long time and many champions have been released since then, but I still feel that Hercules is one of the most busted champions in MCOC, because he can do a lot of things. He can deal a lot of damage. He can ignore all those debuffs with the help of his immortality. He can stay alive, all while doing so being a good damage dealer. He is still an answer to a large amount of fights. So that is why I think Hercules is still a very busted champ. Another busted champ that could come to mind is Quake, but Quake required a very high skill cap to be able to play her properly. So that is why I feel that Hercules is more busted than Quake or Magic for Saber, because those champs require a certain amount of play style or a certain amount of practice with them. Hercules is probably the most user-friendly champ that is also busted. He is very easy to use and can deal a lot of damage, can save you a lot of revives. So Hercules will be the busted champ choice for me. The next question is, who is the hardest boss in game and who is the worst champion in MCOC? Okay, so currently I feel the difficulty level of the new bosses, especially that are being added, has been lowered a little bit. I don't know if all of you guys were present back in the day when Act 6 was released. Act 6 bosses were really tough. They had, because the amount of champions that were also available was really less. So you needed to have certain champion to clear certain paths and defeat those bosses. For me, till date, I think I will say from my past experience, I know that those acts have been nerfed now. But Act 5.4 Ultron, Act 5.2 Collector and Act 6.2 Champion were probably the most tough bosses for me back in the day. I think Collector is still very tough. Collector is still a fight which is designed in such a way that it makes it harder for newer champions to defeat him easily because of those certain abilities that he have in his kit, like reducing the damage to a certain amount. So he still is a very difficult boss to defeat, I think. Similarly with Ultron, he has certain requirements that you need to play around, although there are a lot of counters now, but still I feel there are certain mechanics that you need to play correctly, otherwise you might die in a single hit. Act 6.2 Champion has been nerfed now, but still I feel that he's one of the hardest bosses if I am considering the past as well. Currently I feel that newer bosses are not really that hard. If you will ask me to choose from those newer bosses, I feel that the most I struggled on was Gwynperian. Now that could also be because I didn't have as many champions as I have now, but still that fight had a lot of interesting mechanics that you had to remember to play around. Other than that, I had not really faced any huge amount of challenge while facing any other boss. So I will say from the newer bosses, maybe Gwynperian. From the older bosses, I feel Collector, Ultron and 6.2 Champion. Grandmaster was a fun fight, although it was tough, but it was still a fun fight. So yeah. The next question is, could we be friends in game? Your name in game so we could contact. My name is so and so. Okay, I don't have any problems being friends in game, but the problem with MCOC is that it only allows a certain limit of persons to be in your friend list. I think that limit is 50. I usually already have that list full, so I'll see if I can make space, and I'll try to contact you as you have told as you have said your name here. So I will, if I am able to clear up the list, and I will send a request to you, and yes, we can see you. What is your real name? My real name is Raj, as is I think apparent by my in-game name also. You must see in certain videos the name appearing at the top, right beside my profile. It is Raj1195. So it is because of my name being Raj and the numbers not being available. Are you happy with your subs? What is your sub goal? I am actually really happy with my subs, especially with the kind of growth that I have seen in the past few months. I again want to thank you guys a lot. My goal is as far as we can go, but currently I have set my goal to 10,000 subs. I feel that we can get there with the help of you guys. So if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, guys. Who is your personal favorite champion? Tell one for every class. Okay, so one for every class. I will try to make this quick. So science, I have already told that my currently favorite champion is Hulk. Now we come to Cosmic, Hercules and Hyperion. I like Hyperion a lot, although he's not as much used nowadays by a lot of people, but I still like Hyperion a lot. For tech class, off the top of my head, really quickly, who can I think about? I think currently Red Skull helps me a lot in a lot of content, also because he's my newest rank 3. So currently maybe Red Skull. From the mutant class, I will again go with my one and only rank 3 as a mutant, which is Domino. Now which one is left? Mystic and Skill. So from Mystic, who will I choose? I like Sasquatch a lot. I know not many people use him a lot, but I feel that Sasquatch is also a very balanced champion. So there are certain champions that I feel are really able to shine when they are available in higher rarity. So for example, Mordo was an absolutely next to useless champion for me when he was available as a 5-star. Now when I have him as a 7-star, due to the increase in his attack and the furies that he gets, now I feel that he is useful in a lot of content, especially the content like Battleground. So that's why I feel Sasquatch is one of those champions that the higher the rarity goes, the more useful those champions become. So I will select Sasquatch maybe because I am not able to remember many other champions, and I want to do this quickly. Now from the skill class, currently I use Elsa Bloodstone a lot, so I will go with that. So yeah, so those were my picks. In future, would you drop champion guides for a crucial champions in game? CGR, Asman, Photon, Jean Grey and others. Okay. So regarding champion guides, so how I select to drop champion guides is usually when I try to learn the play style of a certain champion, I learn it and I try to create a video for you guys as well. So certain champions that I get, then I feel that I need to tell the playstyle in a video so that it can be helpful. I create guides for those. So why not, if I am able to properly learn their rotations, I will definitely try to create guides for these champions as well. Okay, so the next set of questions is from Babita Malik. Worst time in MCOC history. Okay, so worst time in MCOC history. For me, I can tell you 2 instances that are not maybe maybe because of Kabam. So those are 2 worst times for me, because personally I was let down a bit at those times and I almost quit the game at those times. So first time was when I initially started playing the game in 2017. After a few months, I almost felt like not getting good champions. So the champion pool was very shallow at that point of time, and there were not a really good amount of good champions. So there were a lot of champions which you pulled that were a dud. So at that time, my getting a 5-star was a really big deal. even getting 4 stars was a really big deal. So I used to open a lot of premium crystals and 4-star crystals whenever I got the chance. So I didn't have any good 5 stars. I have opened I think 5 or 6 crystals till that time, and I was looking for a good 5 star so that I can use him in content. So what I got was I think Drax, Howard the Duck. Okay, so Howard the Duck I will tell you later. So now remember Drax, and I think it was Groot. I think it was King Groot. King Groot pre-buff was also not a really good champion, and fourth one was Moon Knight. And among those, I felt the best champion was Moon Knight, so I took him to rank 2 or 3 maybe. I don't know exactly remember. I think rank 2 or rank 3. Taking up to champions to rank 5 was not a thing, I think, back in those days. I think the highest rank that you could take 5-star champions was rank 4, because materials for rank 5 were not available. It was something like that. So I ranked up Moon Knight, and to my dismay, when I ranked him up, even after ranking him up, when I tried him at Winter Soldier, I was utterly disappointed. I felt like I was cheated and I wanted my rank of materials back. So what I did was, at that time selling champions was allowed. So I sold all my 3 stars. I sold all my 3 stars to get some 4-star crystal shards so that I can get some 4-star shards. So I collected those shards and I opened the crystal, and I got a 4-star Howard the Duck, which was absolutely an abysmal pull that time. It was pre-buff, and there were no useful synergies for Howard the Duck back then as well. So then what I did, I sold my 4 stars, all my 4 stars, in an effort to pull a good 5-star at least, so that maybe I will be able to play the game more. So I sold all my 5 stars and I collected enough shards to open a 5-star, and lo and behold, I pulled another Howard the Duck from the 5-star as well. I was absolutely devastated, and that day I think I decided to quit MCOC. So fortunately I came back after 1-2 weeks, and I opened few premium crystals, and from that 4-star from that I got a 4-star Medusa, which carried me through and kept me playing through the game. So yeah, that was one of the worst moments for me in the game history. The second one for me was when my friends sort of stopped playing the game because they became busy in their lives with their jobs. People had to go different routes in their lives, and they didn't have any more time, and the game started feeling up more of a chore rather than playing it for fun. So that was one of the other times that I felt was really worse for me. So these are my personal worst times regarding the history of MCOC. I was not there, but people say that the 12.0 nerf was a very, very worst time. I joined MCOC after that in September of 2017, but before that people say that it was a really worst time for MCOC when the 12.0 nerf was done. Okay, so the next question is best champ in each class. So I have already answered this one in the previous question, I think. Next one is where do you live? So I live in India. What would you rate MCOC out of 10? Out of 10, I will say that it is still a 6 or 7 out of 10 game. MCOC still has its gripes, it has a lot of issues in it, but I still feel the design team does a really, really good job in designing those champions and those special attacks and those graphics. So visually, I think MCOC is still a very appealing game. There are still a lot of fun elements for new players who get into the game because of the fun of collecting Marvel champions. But yes, there are a lot of problems, due to which I will say there are, I think I will rate it around 6 or 7 out of 10. The next question is, what rank you get in Summoner Fest? What rank you got in Summoner Fest? I actually don't remember. I will have to check that, and I will reply in your comment only. Most handsome character in game. Most handsome character in game. Immortal Abomination. Okay, so this is a game related question. What is the minimum amount of units needed for Banquet? So buddy, Banquet event changes every year, and the amount of units needed also change every year. So last year I think people were prepared with 6, 7 to 9,000 units, to thinking that that will get them all the milestones. Even I thought that I had collected a lot of units, but people were disappointed because the amount of units required to reach the final milestone. So upscaled, and that's why people felt a little let down. So I will say whatever amount of units you are thinking are sufficient for Banquet, collect more than that. I myself was aiming for 9,000 units because I like opening those crystals, especially knowing that I will be able to share those results with you guys. So I thought that 9,000 units will at least get me 30 crystals, I think. So I will be able to show some kind of video or make some kind of content regarding that. I was thinking of live streaming again while opening those crystals. So I will say at least go for 9,000 units. But still, if you don't have that much amount of unit, whatever you have, try and have fun. Don't take too much stress regarding all these things. Have fun while playing the game, yeah. Don't worry about these things too much. Play at your own pace. How don't worry that you need to play overtime or do something extra than what is required of you to just get those numbers and get those units. I know it can feel a little bit disappointing knowing that people are opening so much amount of crystals and so much amount of units. But for me, the game is more about having fun, so I play it like that only. I don't take the game too much seriously. I play the game at my own pace. Whatever I feel like is a good time to play, I play it. My major motivation of playing this game right now is creating good content for you guys. So I try to play in that manner that my champion should not be logged in a quest, so that I am not able to create a video for you guys. So I make sure that my champions are always freely available, so that I can go in and play some content and create some videos for you guys. So play at your own pace. Don't take too much tension about those things. Is there any character in MCOC you hope will be added? Any ideas for other enhancers similar to Apocalypse, Galen or Sharta? Okay, so I feel like some characters outside of Marvel Universe, if they are added, could also be a really good thing for the game. So, for instance, how great will it be if DC characters are added, for instance? So, it will be an interesting thing to see. Although there are already very similar champions in MCOC. So, for example, for Flash there is Quicksilver, for Superman there is Hyperion. So, still, I feel if we go out of those traditional characters and add something new to the game, like Mortal Kombat, I think does from time to time. They add characters out of the universe, bring them in the game and make them fun. That could be a good idea, I think. Coming to the enhancer part, I think Null can be made into an enhancer for the symbiotes, maybe, because he's a god of symbiotes. He has created them, so there could be certain free fight abilities for regarding that he could make certain symbiotes really special by giving them extra abilities. So yeah, again, I am just answering these questions from the top of my head, so I am not able to think a lot, and I think this video has already gone for too long. If I think for too long, then you guys might be leaving the video already. Okay, so we have again the question, who is your favorite champion in the game? So as I said earlier, currently Hulk would be my favorite champion in the game, as he helps me in a lot of content. What does your main team look like? So usually, despite having I think 5 or 6 rank 3s I have right now, I almost use Hulk unless there is a node that is detrimental to him. I try to bring in Domino and I try to bring in Mold. These 3 champions are usually always present in the team. Other than that, Hercules and Archangel also help me a lot in a lot of content. So I think those 5 champions you could consider that are part of my main team. Other than that, I use Sasquatch also a lot, I use Hyperion also a lot, I use Red Skull also a lot. But since you are asking for the main team, I think those 5 characters will be considered my main team, I think. Okay, so the question is similar to one of the previous questions that I have answered. What's the hardest book 2 boss in your opinion? So for me, book 2 bosses have been comparatively easier when compared to book 1 bosses. So I think amongst those bosses, the only boss that gave me a real challenge while completing the quest was Gwenperion. I know she is not really hard for many people, but at that time she gave me I had to put in a lot of effort to defeat her. So that is why maybe if I try to defeat her today, I will be able to defeat her easily. But I still remember those memories from when it was hard for me. So I think For me, hardest book to boss so far has been Gwyn. Other than that, I have been able to clear the bosses pretty much easily, I think. So yeah, Gwyn. So now we have questions. What is your real name? As I said earlier, my real name is Raj. What job do you serve? So I am a process expert. And at last, are you married? No, brother, I am not yet married. So I'm trying to be as eligible as possible for the girl that will come into my life. I don't want the girl that will marry me to have any problems in her life. I want to give her all the happiness that I can. So that is why I'm trying a lot. I'm putting in a lot of efforts to make sure that that happens. I think with the support of you guys, we will be able to grow this channel also as well, so that we are able to earn also while having fun and be able to achieve that really wonderful life for my wife. So if my future wife is watching this, I hope I have achieved that future for you. Love you. Next question is, are you going to stream sometimes? Where are you from? How did you become a legend? Could we be friends in you? So regarding streaming, brother, I have streamed in the past. I try to stream, but from what I came to know, that streaming from mobile has its own limitations. I've been trying to collect money to buy a PC from past 4-5 months now. Hopefully I will be able to buy a PC really soon. When we buy a PC, I will make sure to live stream the content also. I am putting in efforts to make this channel even even better place for you guys, so that you can enjoy a lot. Because at the end, I believe me or not, I want to be a full-time YouTuber itself. I don't want to keep doing my job. I want this channel to be able to earn myself enough so that I am able to have fun while learning also. So yeah, that is the goal of me, that I am able to buy a PC, and when we have sufficient funds, I will definitely buy a PC and will start streaming on regular basis. So the next question was, where are you from? So I am from India, brother. How did you become a legend? So regarding that, it was recently only when the Fantastic Four event was going on, which we had to fight using cards. So that was the time I posted a video that is titled "How I Became a Legend." So it was recently only, I think just 2 months ago. So yeah, I became a legend through that event only. Could we be friends in game? Again, I have really no issues with being friend with anyone from anywhere. The only problem is that MCOC only allows a 50 limit of 50 people to be added in your friend list, so that could be an issue. Other than that, I have no issue in being friends with anyone. The next question is, how many years are you doing videos in YouTube, and is it easy to handle? So okay, so now I think it has been around 5 years. I think it will be almost 5 years by the end of this year. And honestly, no, it has not been really easy doing it, because initially, when you don't get views and when your videos are not getting any traction, you feel a little bit dejected, a little bit disappointed. You always want to quit sometimes, and especially doing this along with your job makes it even harder for you to be able to put out content while making sure that you are having sleep also, while making sure that you are having food also, while making sure that you are getting the work from your job done as well. So I will say that YouTube is also not easy, but I think as with all things, if you remain consistent, I think YouTube will also reward. But you have to make sure that you keep growing your quality as your videos go on, and you try to remain consistent, and you try to make videos that are able to engage with your community. And I think I was lucky enough to have so many guys support me and sub to the channel that I was able to grow at a consistent pace. My initial growth was very slow. I remember that many times I felt like quitting YouTube altogether, because it was taking a lot of toll on me, and I was not getting the returns that I was expecting. My videos got only sometimes 10 views, sometimes 11 views, so that felt really bad, but I never gave up. I tried my best, and I still try to do it, although sometimes my job gets in the way of doing the content, but I still try to deliver 2-3 videos each week, so that I'm able to keep you guys happy and engaged. I feel that this community has given a lot to me, so I always feel that I should always respect the community and keep making content for you guys, so that I am able to deliver my end of the bargain. Then only I can expect something back from Keeping that in mind, do become a member of the channel to support us if you are able to. Okay, so there is a question: was taking my 7-star Nova 600 to a rank 4 a good decision? Other options like Serpent, not good, Chopper, and Jinx. Okay, so again, brother, for me, playing this game is I play this game to have fun. So as long as I am able to enjoy my decisions, I am happy with that. I think Nova is again one of those champions in the lower rarities. He's a bit underwhelming, but when you have him in the higher rarities, his burst damage and his fury output becomes really good. So I think if you enjoy playing with Nova a lot, then absolutely a perfect decision. Eventually you can rank up other champions as well. Jax is a really good champion. Serpent is also a really good champion in both offense and defense. But Nova is also not a bad decision if you really enjoy playing with him. So kudos to that. Congratulations, brother. Okay, so the next set of questions is: which phone do you use? Does it heat or lag? When did you buy it? Which phone would you like to buy in the future or recommend to others for MCOC gaming? Okay, so currently I use a phone from Realme. I will put a photo of the phone somewhere from the web. Does it heat or lag? So it doesn't heat. Honestly, it doesn't heat really much. But from recent updates, what I have seen is while recording, my screen appears to be lagging. The game is not lagging in itself, but while I am recording the screen, the multitasking becomes harder for the phone, and keeping the game running consistently at 60 FPS while recording it, I think creates problem for the phone. That is why the game appears to be lagging to me when I am playing it. But when I check the video, the lag doesn't appear in the video. So what happens is the screen recording while playing has become tough in the recent times. I think because with the recent updates, the graphics have gotten better and the game is only increasing incrementally with each update. So that is the problem. So from my perspective, I will recommend a good phone only. But again, see, everyone's situations are really different. So for some people who can buy a good phone, so for instance they can buy a S24 Ultra, S25 Ultra, or Apple iPhone, or maybe high-end gaming phones, so they should go with that. But even if you are not able to get those top-end games, just make sure to get a game that you can normally run this game on and have fun on it. Because this game, for me, the purpose of playing a game is to have fun. And if that game is not doing that for you, then that game is definitely causing problems in your life. If that game is causing stress for you in your life, then that game is not fulfilling its purpose. So I play this game like that only. I play it for fun. I enjoy making videos for you guys. So that gives me a lot of motivation to create content. Even I get beat up, I feel like अरे यार हो गया कोई बात नहीं है. So that is why I play this game for fun purposes only. Okay, the next question was, when did you buy it? So I bought it only recently, I think in last November near Diwali. Previously I was using other Realme phone. I think it was Realme XT. That phone was 5 years old, and I would have kept using it unless but a line came across on the screen, and the more I kept using it, the line kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So that was not necessarily the fault of the phone. I think I have my phone had fell a lot of times, due to which its screen became a bit detached from the top part, and it had already been 5 years. I think the phone had already fulfilled its purpose. But although I feel that generation of Realme phones was better than this generation of Realme phones. Which phone would you like to buy in the future or recommend to others for MCOC gaming? Okay, so I already answered that question. So with that, I think we have answered all the questions. At the time of making this video, these are the only questions that are present on my post. So I hope that I was able to provide good answers to your questions. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I would again like to thank you guys for all the support that you have provided to this channel, and really sincerely like to thank you for all the likes, for all the views, for all the comments, for all the subscribe button hits, for all the membership. So I think without you this channel cannot exist. So really thank you guys. And with that, I would like to sign off. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like this video if you enjoyed it, and please consider becoming a member of the channel maybe. Okay, so bye bye. Namaste.